Oh my god, it's just completely and utterly steaming. Wow.
Tell mom I don't ever wanna grow up, even if money show up and the music gonna blow up. So what? Yeah, I will be young forever, man. Fly away with Peter Pan, high away to Neverland.
Hello everybody and welcome back to New York City. You know, about 2 years ago, I became almost obsessed with the Korean culture. I began by learning the writing system, Hangul, the language, and basically connecting to the culture through food. So anyway, let's start the absolute trip of a video in the New York City. Let's start the Korean food tour video. Okay, so I'm here at Woorijip Korean restaurant here, and for me, this place, like, it's one of my favorite places in New York City. You know, it's an incredible place for like the taste of the flavors, the food, but it's also a buffet style place. So basically, you walk in, you see this buffet line just of amazing Korean food, and you choose anything from there, and then it's just $7.99 a pound. So I have this just absolutely beautiful spread of Korean dishes, ranging from the classic like thing that's just embedded into all Koreans' hearts, the kimchi, to kimbap, to kimchi pancakes, to buckwheat / kimchi chewy noodles. For me, no Korean meal can start off without first eating a bite of kimchi. It's a taste that it's so difficult to define like without actually tasting it. It's bitter and sweet and also a little bit spicy in a way. If you've ever tasted, you know, fermented food, it has, you know, of course that fermented taste, but it just has so much more to it. It has body to it, it has soul to it. You taste the Korean culture in that one bite. And also when put into chewy noodle form, it's absolute heaven.
Absolutely just incredible.
Next up is, I guess you would call it like the Korean sushi. It's called a kimbap, and believe me, this is not like taking the Japanese culture and making it their own. Like this has a soul to its own. Kim means seaweed, which is here on the outside, and bap, if you ever want to learn Korean, bap is probably it's one of the most important words. It means rice. So basically seaweed, rice, and in a kimbap, you know, it comes with anything from what I have, vegetables to meat. I don't know, you know, I absolutely love kimbap. Like, it just feels like something that is a soul food to me, something that you would, you know, take to the park, you know, you would just eat the roll of, and it just makes me feel, that I'm at home. I know I'm not Korean at all, it just makes me feel though that I am eating a homemade meal, basically. Woorijip. Honestly, it's one of my favorite restaurants, not only for Korean food, but also just to discover cultures, to kind of put yourself out there for a new different type of cuisine. Anyway, in this video, we're gonna do something a little bit different. Normally, I bring you guys around to all my favorite places, all the places that I love to go to. But in this video, you see, when I left the place, I started talking to the cashier behind the counter. I actually had a question for you too. I'm doing a bit of a Korean food tour around Koreatown today. If you could eat somewhere else than Woorijip, like what's another place that you would eat at here?
Oh, I mean, so my ritual is get drunk and then go to the BCD Tofu house.
Okay.
At like 4 in the morning.
All right.
It's a tofu stew place.
So I went to Woorijip, and they told me, they said that this was their favorite place other than their place, and they said for me to get the tofu soup. So what's the most special, would you say?
I think the seafood, this is the seafood tofu soup.
Wow, okay. It's delicious?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take that then. Wow. Really spicy. Oh my god. It's just completely and utterly steaming. Oh my gosh, it literally fogged the camera up. Now I have had this like kind of soup before in the Korean cuisine, but this one just looks outstanding. In the soup you have anything from that like nicely marinated tofu to different seafood items, and also that amazing egg. Beginning when I was ordering from Wooming, she asked me what level of spice I want.
This is a regular spice, this is a hot spice.
Is the danger like really, really hot?
Yes.
You know, normally at a Korean restaurant, you do have these like different levels of heat, but never ever have I seen danger before. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was a little bit curious on what it would taste like, but I decided to go with the one under it because I like hot food, just the hot level. But this one, this still is pretty spicy. Like it has that, of course, like it has a flavor of taste that's like incredible, but it also has that kick, like at the end, like from the freshness of the seafood combined with like that absolute just incredible flavor bomb of a flavor of the stew, it creates this like marinated flavor with the seafood that is just, it's out of this world good. And this right here, this is soft tofu, and this is one of my favorite, like absolute favorite things in the Korean cuisine. It may look basic, but this thing packs like an insane amount of flavor. Now, one other way of eating this tofu soup is also with the rice here. I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of tofu and also seafood and just drizzle it on that rice. It has that taste. It has that taste that, I don't know, can only be described as home. That warmth, that feeling, that just, do you guys have this food that just like makes you feel warm inside, that just brings you back to maybe your childhood, that just makes it feel like home? Well, for me, like sometimes, and I know this sounds weird, but sometimes when you eat a bowl of rice, eat like a warm bowl of rice, it just is like that starchy, like warm sensation that is just like wonderful, that just makes you feel warm inside, that makes you feel like that homey feel and just fills you up, and it's just like an absolute comfort food.
Watch your videos and it's awesome.
Oh yeah? Hey, great, thank you.
이제 Korean, okay?
Yeah,
Korean.
yeah.
We snacking instead of napping like Captain Jack or Aladdin. We trapped in the Disney magic, stay back from the kitty havoc. Hey, mom.
So I'm on like a Korean like food tour kind of today, and I just went to the Tofu house, and they suggested for me to come here. So is there something that you would recommend that you guys have, or
Did you have bibimbap yet?
bibimbap?
Bibimbap is
I haven't had bibimbap. Wow. Okay. Thank you, man.
Inside the rice, you like it spicy, not spicy?
I like it spicy.
Spicy, little bit.
Oh my gosh, I'm literally freaking out, like just looking at all the food in front of me right now. Like just take a look at all of this food that's in front of me. Over here we have like the bibimbap, which is like the main dish. This is the bean paste stew, and then over here we have all the sides here. And this, I think this is like an egg soup or something like.
There's also some pumpkin.
Oh,
Sweet.
wow. Thanks, man. So much food. I know I said it before at the last place, but a warm bowl of rice combined with like bulgogi style beef, to like the vegetables, to the egg that just like round upon in there, to the Korean hot sauce. Like alone, these flavors are just like, they're explosive, like they're incredible flavors. But together, it makes something that really, like literally can only be said to be bulgogi. Alright, now the first set I'm gonna try is pumpkin. This just looks absolutely insanely good. Oh. Wow. What? Okay, I have never had pumpkin like that before. Like, what? That is incredible. If you take a look at the pumpkin like closely, you can see that just like sweet, almost like syrupy stuff on top. The only way I can describe it is if you've had a pumpkin pie before, kind of the inside of it, that like puree, this is what that kind of tastes like, but it doesn't taste like puree. It tastes like it should be eaten on the side of one of these dishes. I'm super pumped for this one. I've actually never had this like egg stew before. It looks like just to be egg with some shallots in the middle. It looks absolutely wonderful, so let's dive in. Okay. It's a really interesting taste. It almost tastes like if you were to put an omelet in a like container like this, into like a bowl like it. Now onto the bean paste stew. I love it. You know, bean paste stew is one of those types of foods where you eat it and literally you don't think anything should change. Like every ingredient in there is for a reason. You know, you have the sourness, you have the sweetness, you have the saltiness, and it's just like it merges together for rich flavor. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that was an amazing day. I got hit by the door. All right, that was just such a fun day, like reconnecting with the Korean culture, speaking a tiny bit of Korean with people. And also, I really like that kind of element of asking the waiters and cashiers like where I should go next. It was a nice way to kind of break the ice, like kind of start a conversation with people, and also just an awesome way of discovering like new places. Like I had never been to that tofu house. I had never been to the last place I went to. So thank you to everybody that I talked to today. Thank you for all your recommendations. Thank you to the waiters. Thank you to the cashiers. Thank you to the owners of the restaurants. I'm so happy. I'm also super full. So I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna just chill and not eat more Korean food. And I'll see you guys next time.